What's up, it's Destiny back again for another video, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about life after the diagnosis. Not necessarily health updates, but things that go through your mind after you've gone through the diagnosis, after you've gone through the treatment, and now you're kind of just there. Before we get into that video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and be prepared to leave a comment at the end. Now, if you're new here, you haven't checked out my old videos, quick little summary. Last year, 2024, I was diagnosed in March with stage 3 triple negative breast cancer in my right breast. I've undergone all the chemos. My chemo was breaking down in 2 phases. That's why I say all the chemos. I did that. Then I did 2 surgeries. I had a lumpectomy and a lymph node dissection. They removed some of my lymph nodes, and I went through 30 rounds of radiation. Okay, now I am taking Xylota, which is like a preventative type of thing to just, make sure no reoccurrence. I'm currently paused on that until I see my doctor later this week to make sure my numbers are up and better so that I can continue with that. I have to do like 6 or 8 cycles of that. So yeah, I've been through a lot, okay? But life after the diagnosis kind of leaves you in a place. I'm in this support group on Facebook. It's I think it's called Brown and Black Women Support Group. It's a private group specifically for Black and brown women because we don't always have places for us to discuss the things that we go through. As I stated in a previous video, the baseline is not African American, it's European. We're having different reactions, we're experiencing different things, and we need a safe, sacred place to discuss those things. So someone made that group, and I've been in there about a year now, or coming up on a year actually. And a lot of women have the questions like, are you guys vegan now? What are your eating habits like? What are you doing? And it's like, one thing you do have to know about a condition like this is not something that was, for me, genetics. This is not something that runs in my family to the point where they can say it's because of genetics. You know what I mean? It's nothing that I did to cause this to come on. I was eating very healthily before. We would get Chick-fil-A here and there. Chipotle, what's wrong with it? You know what I'm saying? Everything that I used on my body was natural. I didn't wear a bra. And when I did wear a bra, I didn't have underwire. I was doing all the things before this even became something that I thought I would have to worry about. So now it's like, if I was living such a strict life before, now that I've gone through treatment, radiation, surgery, what should I be doing? Should I be completely vegan? But then I know vegans who have got the same thing that I had. So it puts you in a weird space of like, you don't want to stress because stress is not good for anyone, but especially for someone who has gone through the things that I've gone through. Stress is not good. But you're like, well, what can I do to prevent anything else bad from happening? And it's like, sometimes things just happen. Unfortunately, we don't have the answers, and we never will have the answers. Things just literally happen. This just literally happened, okay? But I am very cautious now with certain things. I don't really do dairy unless, like, Thanksgiving we have mac and cheese. I don't eat mac and cheese often at all, so that's my dairy. I modified a few things that I do eat. Like, sometimes I want yogurt, but I don't want the dairy aspect of it. So I have a coconut-based yogurt that I get. It's very good. So I just make little modifications. And then, when I announced to the world that I had the diagnosis that I had, everyone was sending me all their health tips. You need to eat like this, stay away from that, drink this, do this, do this. And it's just like, whoa, everyone's a health expert. All of a sudden, everyone knows all the things. Half of the things y'all told me I was already doing just off my own research and what I do for me and my household. But now it's just like, I was doing that before. What do I do now? I don't want to like go off the bandwagon and start eating trash. But it's like, when I was so strict, this still happened. So I've battled with that. I've battled with, am I going to go vegan? Am I going to go raw vegan? Am I going to be vegetarian, pescatarian? What am I going to do? And what I'm doing is what I feel my body needs and wants. There are some days where I am vegan. I'm only eating fruits and salads all day. There are some days where I'm back to my one meal a day. Most days I've been doing that. My fruits in the morning, a salad for lunch, and then dinner for dinner. I've been trying different teas. I've been trying soursop tea, and I just got this moringa tea, which are supposed to have really good health benefits, cancer fighting cells, are properties that fight cancer cells, inflammation, you know, things like that, help cleanse the lymph nodes. I have a little dropper of herbal tonic that I take for my lymph nodes. Like, I've been doing all the things. I make sure that the makeup that I wear is vegan. I make sure the products I wash my hair with are vegan, natural only. You know, the clothes is something that has me kind of like iffy, because it's like everything has polyester in it now. Very rarely are you finding 100% cotton outfits for women. So that's been the thing I've been like looking at, but try not to obsess, but just being mindful of changing the sheets. Everyone's sheets are 100% cotton. We do have silk pillowcases because we're black. We need a silk pillowcase, okay? That's not gonna change. So yeah, but like the women in the group, they'll ask like, are you guys drinking alcohol? Did you drink alcohol during chemo? Now, I'm not a good person to go off that. I was in a toxic relationship at the time. I was stressed. This person, this is all that they wanted to do was go out and drink, and I wanted to feel like I had a somewhat normal lifestyle. And I'm not placing blame anyone because I'm a grown adult. I chose to hang out and do those things, but now it's like I don't have an addiction to alcohol. I don't need it. But if I did want to have a drink, I think I would just have like a sangria, like a wine. I don't have to have the hard stuff. But you do what you want to do. You do what you feel is best for you. That's one thing that we have to keep in mind as well, especially if you're someone who went through cancer or a major condition or illness, and you're here, you're earth side, you're breathing. You went through hell and back, maybe a couple times, depending on the journey that you had to go through. I know I went through hell and back a few times, and I'm here. So I'm going to honor my body by taking care of it the best way that I know how, but also honoring what I want to do with my life, what I want to do with my body. So if I want to have a glass of wine at dinner, I'm going to have a glass of wine at dinner. Now, I've already talked to my doctors about that. They didn't say anything against it. So, you know, it's just one of those things where you want to be in control, but you can't. So you try to find ways to be in control, but it's like even with doing that, you're still not in control. But you just have to make the best informed decision. You collect the data, you do the research, and you make your best informed decision. I know some people are like, Destiny, it ain't that deep. It might not be for some people, but for some people it is. Like the other day I had a Snickers. I haven't had a Snickers in months, but I wanted something chocolate and peanuts and the caramel. And I'm like, I don't really eat sugar no more, but I want a Snickers. I utilized my free will and I ate a Snickers. It wasn't a king size. It was a normal size Snickers, okay? Normal size Snickers. And I ate it and I did not feel bad about it. And I'm not going to feel bad about wanting to treat myself to certain things, doing certain things. Life after diagnosis will have you questioning a lot. You can kind of find yourself in a very anxious state, which is not healthy for you. You can find yourself in a sort of PTSD where you have to have doctor's appointments. Like I have to have an MRI in December. It's so easily for me to like obsess and be like, oh my God, what if they didn't find something that went somewhere? Or what if something else is wrong because of the treatment that I had? Or da 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 da. Cut that off. Not even thinking about that. Not even thinking about that. You have to be so in control of your emotions and your mind. And be mindful of the things that you watch, the things that you listen to, even sometimes in the support group. God bless everyone. But sometimes the women are like sharing their horror stories. And then your mind start, well, Destiny, what if I put it down? Mute the group, put the phone down, walk away, get some air. Turn on something light. There are some movies, some TV shows that I watch. Like there's a show, I guess, on Hulu about a woman who had cancer and she was dating and doing all the things, and like people were talking about it. I guess it was popular. I said, I'm not watching that. I don't want to watch nothing that has anything to do with cancer because I lived it. I don't want to watch it and go through those emotions again. I'm sorry. I'm not doing that. I'm protecting my peace. I'm being mindful because I know where I am and where I could go. If I let certain things in my mind, in my ears and my eyes, I have to guard them. If I let certain things in, I could spiral out of control. Out of control. And I'm not here to do that. So I'm very mindful of that. Also, life after diagnosis. Y'all know I talk a lot about dating. And I just want to be clear, I'm not boy crazy, man crazy. I'm not male centered anymore. I'm not any of those things. But it is just interesting because y'all know at heart I'm a scientist and I like to do social experiments. I like to people watch. I like to get the consensus of the group. I like to see how people's minds work, how they process information, how they handle situations and scenarios and come up with solutions. So I have been putting myself in situations to where I'm meeting people and just seeing the mindset that's out there. So I've been doing that. Now there have been a few people that have gotten kind of close, and I did disclose the diagnosis that I received last year, and for the most part I think they handled it well. But I think about that moving forward. Is that something that I discuss with people? At what point do I discuss that with people, male or female? Making friends, people who are interested romantically, at what point do I tell them, oh yeah, well, I had such and such diagnosis? I mean, I'm not ashamed of it. I'm on the internet talking to thousands upon thousands of people. So clearly I have no issues with it, but I am mindful that people might try to view me differently or treat me differently, and it might not necessarily be in a good way. It might be in a negative way, or I'm not sure. So I'm navigating through that. Life after diagnosis. How do you interact with people that don't know you before? They don't know the old you. Because let's face it, I am not the same woman that I was last year. I'm not. I'm really not. I see life differently. I appreciate my family and my life differently. I have a different mindset. I'm seeing things. I just see the world in a whole different way. I'm not that same person. So how do you deal with someone who didn't know the old you and is getting to know the new you, but a part of the new you has ties to the old you? You're only the new you because of the old you. Does that make sense to y'all? Hopefully it does. It makes sense to me. So it's like navigating that. Navigating not seeing your doctor every week. There was a point I was having chemo weekly. There's a point I was going to the doctor every so often. Now I just go for follow-ups. I'm following up, see how I feel. Following up, see what's going on. You're so used to these people and you formed relationships with them, and then it's like, oh, well, I used to go to treatment and tell my nurse about my relationship, or I used to talk to my nurse about my kids, and I don't have that no more. I don't have those people to talk to. Life after diagnosis, life after beating the invasion, beating the monster that tried to take you out. You are now a warrior, a gladiator, some may say, a warrior. How do you navigate this life? You know? And then the fear of, well, what if it comes back? People talk about reoccurrence all the time. Now that's something that's on your mind, because they say within the first, after treatment, it's like, they say like 6 months to a year, are up to 2 years is when the chances of if it's going to come back is when it's going to come back. So now you're just monitoring, like, okay, how long has it been now? Okay. No one talks about that fear. Nobody talks about that anxiety, that stress of like, what? But then that's when your faith is supposed to kick in. If God said I'm healed, I'm healed. By your faith has made you whole. He was talking to the lepers and he said, go tell the people what I did for you. And they're like, but are you going to heal us? Your faith will make you whole. And they were healed when they walked away. So that's what I do. I hold on to that. I hold on to the fact that God told me that I'm healed and I am healed. I'm not going to have to face this again. So, but that as a human, that is a thought that you consider. And then although the genetics said that this is not something that my family has to worry about, like if I were to have a girl, like a little girl, they're saying she wouldn't really have to worry about that. But then it's fear of that. Do I want to bring another child into this life and them possibly having health conditions because of something I went through? Although they say it's not genetics, we don't really know how things could work out. Then I think about that. So then when people are like, oh yeah, you want to have more kids? No, I don't think I do. I mean, I do. If I didn't have gone through what I went through, yes, I would want more children. Even though I'm a single mom right now, I've never been married, so I don't know what it's like to have a partner really help me raise the kids in the same home. I don't know what that's like. But I would want to try if I didn't have that diagnosis last year. But because I went through that, I'm a little more cautious. I really consider that. I really do. Everyone knows me. Knows I love my boys. But everyone knows I want a girl. But I'm at the point I don't know. I don't know. A lot of things you tend not to know when you're going through life after the diagnosis. The things that you wanted when you were your old self, you see the world differently now. And so now you're uncertain, you're unsure, you don't know. Like if someone was like, Destaynee, what's your 5-year plan? I don't know. I just know that I'm going to do the best that I can do right now, here today, because that's all I have is right here, now, today. Going to be the best mother that I can to those kids. A best daughter that I can to my parents, the best sister that I can be. That's what I know. I'm going to achieve the goals as they come, but I can't tell you what life is going to look like in 5 years. Because within months, my whole life was flipped upside down. Do you understand what I'm saying? Life after diagnosis has you in a weird space. You're very thankful. I'm very thankful. I'm grateful. I'm blessed to be here, to be alive, to be able to talk, walk, see, hear. I don't have no side effects from treatment other than, I told y'all about this before, this little rib cage area, it's sore because I was wearing that daggone compression bra in that swell spot every day. I've worn that except for like this week, pretty much every single day and night. Of course I washed it, but every day and night I would wear that. And I think it was just too tight and I'm just sore on this area. So I haven't been wearing it like the past couple of days because I'm like, this is ridiculous. But other than that, I don't have no help. Like some people have, they get complications from chemo. Now I will say sometimes I'm a little foggy. You know, the memory is a little foggy sometimes. And sometimes I feel like my speech, oh, is that a neuro thing? Like I get tongue-tied here and there. But I don't think it's consistent enough to say that it's a side effect or issue or a concern. I think that sometimes I talk fast and I get kind of, my brain is thinking about this, but I'm saying that, you know what I mean? But yeah, some people have pretty nasty side effects from chemo, from radiation, from surgery and the things, and I'm just blessed to say that I don't have those things other than the minor soreness here. I do worry about the lymphedema, but I haven't seen signs of that. You know, things like that. So Life after diagnosis, I'm doing what I want, when I want, how I want. I am rewriting my life. I'm rewriting what I want it to look like. I think I'm much stronger mentally and emotionally. I have my days though. I have my days. Like the other day, I was just telling a friend, I was like, I'm sad sometimes because I am lonely, because I am going through all this by myself. Sometimes I do get sad, but I don't stay there. I have my moment and I keep moving forward. I keep moving forward because what are we looking back for? What are we dwelling for? There's no reason. We're here. We're blessed. Yes, we can be grateful and thankful that we made it while still saying, I wish X, Y, and Z. That's perfectly fine. Totally understandable. Because I'm that way as well. And I know that everything in God's timing. Everything in God's timing. And God's promises are yes and amen. And so I have an expected end. I know that God has an expected end for me, meaning the promises that he made. It's going to happen. We're just not there yet. But it's going to happen, you know. So it's 8:30 because that's his little alarm to go to bed. So yeah, life after diagnosis is exciting. I will say I don't have certain fears no more. I am a little more spontaneous. If they're like, oh, let's go do this. Okay. Like when I went to Tennessee. Let's go to Tennessee. Okay. Didn't think twice. Let's go to Missouri. Didn't think twice. Walking over this bridge. The Sky Bridge. If you saw the vlog. Did I vlog it? Yeah, I vlogged it. People were terrified, crying because they did not want to walk over that bridge because you're just held in the air in suspension and there's nothing. It's a long fall. I was like, y'all scared of this? I guess I faced death. I'm not scared of this. Doing a zip line over this body of water. Y'all scared of this? I'm not scared. Let's go. I can't wait to do more. Like, if I would say I probably would. I don't think I would bungee jump. Because I don't know about that. But I would probably skydive. And not be afraid at all. Like, that's how I feel about things. Like, I'm, you know, I want to do it all. So, life after the diagnosis is a good life. I'm thankful for this life. And I still do therapy, obviously. Obviously. But that's necessary and needed. And I hope that if you are facing something major in your life, you're getting therapy too. And nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. And nothing's wrong with if I decide that tomorrow is a rough day for having gone through what I've gone through, then that's what it is. And nothing is wrong with that. Nothing is wrong with that. I just don't want people to feel bad for the way that they feel. Because I've been there, especially when I was fresh off of treatment. I would be sad and they're like, why are you sad? You're alive. You should just be thankful. You should just be, well, duh, I'm thankful. Duh, I'm happy. But I'm still thinking about all the things that I went through, all the things that I lost going through what I went through. Especially my locks. I love my locks. They were dropping. They were like this long, beautiful micro locks, gone. Do I want to grow locks again? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That whole situation, although I think I handled it well, still traumatic. Still traumatic. So I don't know if I want to get locks again. You know, people used to reach out to me more when I was going through treatment, check on me, how you doing? Help me out with things. You don't get that no more after treatment. Now it's, you're sleepy? You're hot? You're tired? You're walking that slow? As if I didn't go through something that they should be blessed to not have to experience. And then you have to remind them, well, yeah, you know, I went through chemo, so my balance isn't 100%. Or, yeah, I got hot flashes now. That's what cancer does to you. Like, you know what I mean? So that is something that I've been dealing with after the diagnosis. And also, like, when I did tell, like, my internet people, some of the internet people that I was talking to, like, consistently, once they knew about the diagnosis, they pulled all the way back. Now I'm out of treatment and everything. Now they're back. And it's like, bro, I needed you when I was going through that. You're showing up at the good parts. I needed you during those hard times. I needed you those days I was going to give up. So navigating through that, and how do you want to handle people that treated you like that? You're not obligated to stay in contact with them. You're not obligated to remain friends with them. But at one point you were friends with them and you cared about them. But they didn't show up for you when you needed them. Now they're here, happy, smiles and rainbows. How do you navigate that? I deal with that too. And I don't always know how to navigate it. Some days I'm good with it. Some days I'm not. That's just what it is. Some days I'm like, okay, I understand. I can have grace. Some days it's like, no, I needed you. And you didn't show up. I'm not talking to you. Or I'm not being friendly with you today. That's realistic. So, I don't know. I don't know if maybe I just wanted to rant and get some things off my chest, but I know that there are some people out there that I'm sure can relate to me, and this is for y'all. And this is for the people that have someone in their life who has gone through or is going through a major change, be it a health condition, a life condition, anything. Like, I'm sure some of those people can relate to how I feel, and so this can kind of help you to navigate through that with them. Don't leave them. Don't leave them high and dry. Still check on them. Still be there for them, because they need that. They need you. All right. Send this video to them. To anyone that you think might be able to benefit from this. Leave in the comment section below. Can you relate to any of those things, regardless of what's gone in your life? You don't have to tell me if you don't want to, but if you want to share, your secrets are with me. Your, your sacred things are safe with me. But can you relate? And this could, like I said, relate to anything. It doesn't just have to be health. It could be losing a job, losing a loved one, any major life, having a baby, any major life change. Let me know in the comment section below if you found this helpful, relatable. Send it to someone who you think might enjoy this. And be sure to give this video a thumbs up, and make sure you are subscribed to the channel so you don't miss any videos. I do them all. I do all types of videos. You don't want to miss it, okay? And as always, if you love someone, tell them. I love you all. Stay dangerous.